Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as part of the showing you about the gilt creams and Jimmy Clewes embellishment products, what I'm going to do is turn a handle. Now I'm going to turn it, and now we can either fit into this handle at the end of it, either the Jimmy Clewes quick release unit or the grub screw unit, made by Doug Thompson, quality product. It's industrial grade aluminium or aluminum, depending on where you come from. Thank you very much, Craig. There we go. There's the grub screw one, and there's a quick release. So basically I'm going to turn the handle, show you what I use to do that, and then we're going to scorch it and use the gilt creams to embellish it, okay? This gives you some idea of how they work. So,
Jimmy, why would you want the grub screw handle insert rather than the quick release?
Very good point, just as I was putting it away. Good point. One thing a lot of guys forget is they think they can put a square shaft into the collet. That is on a cam, and if you put a square shaft in there, you're going to rip up the inside of the round hole, and it's not going to work properly. You want the square shafts in the grub screw handles. You get two grub screws there. It gives you a good locking point and holds the tool in very firmly. Do not use a square bar in the cams. They're not designed. They're designed to hold round bars. Okay, good point, Craig. So let me just put that down there. Put this tool out of the way. We're going to need this one. So basically, what we're going to use is parting tool. That is going to allow me to fit the fell down at this end here. We're going to turn it to the round first. I've got between centers, I'm holding it on a stab center and a revolving center here. Okay, I've crossed both ends, and I'm going to turn it to the round first, fit the fell. Sorry, before I fit the fell, we're going to use a Jacob's chuck and a forcing bit to drill the hole to the desired length to fit the whichever unit you're using. And then we're going to use, I've got it here somewhere, we're going to use a cone center in the hole. What that does is if you were slightly out when you were drilling it, you put the cone in, that squares everything up again, and when you turn it to the round, or turn it to finish it off to the shape, it's perfectly round and the hole's right up the center. Very important that. I did one the other day, I'll be honest, and the hole was slightly off, and it comes out at a slight angle in the tool. To be honest, it doesn't matter. Aesthetically, it might... I was going to say something there. It might put you off, but the tool will work just the same, even if it's a slight angle. But try and get it out. It looks better if it's coming out the handle straight. So, and obviously we need a pair, I've mentioned that, a pair of calipers for just sizing the fell. So, let me just put that to one side. Get this out of the way. First thing I'm going to do is turn it to the round. And we're going to use a roughing out gouge. That tool is a spindle turning tool. It's designed to cut squares to round. Do not use it on bowls. It's not designed to turn bowls. The tang isn't strong enough. I've seen these bent at 45 degrees and I've seen them snap completely, okay? It's designed to turn a square to round, and that's all it is for. It's a spindle turning tool. Or, sorry, for putting some shape in spindles, but it's not for bowl turning. Okay, I'm going to turn this as fast as I can safely, which will be very fast because I'll get less resistance to the cut, and it'll just be a much easier cut. You can feel the difference. So we're going to turn this on. That's now turning at 2,588. You always work off the piece with a spindle gouge. You're going to get covered here, mate. Tool rest. Now I'm going to use the wing of the tool, which is almost flat, to get that flat surface. I'm using my fingers as a depth gauge, just running along the tool rest. And I'm just moving my body from one leg to the other. I'm not doing that. You haven't got the same amount of control. So okay, so we've got that bit roughed out to the round. Move the tool rest over. For safety reasons, you should always switch the lathe off when you move the tool rest. You can hear when it's round. You can hear and feel when it's round. So last little bit, work off the piece. There we go, we'll switch that off. It's not quite round there, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be putting some shape into the handle anyway. So, look, what we're going to do now, we're going to drill it between centres. So I'm going to get the Jacob's chuck and the forcing bit. We're going to take it out of here, set it up, and we'll come back in a minute when I'm just about to drill it. Okay, now I've got this set up to drill it between centres. I've got a step centre here. If I put pressure there, the step centre should drive it and we should be able to drill a hole. However, if you find the step centre doesn't have enough drive to it, the points aren't long enough, just cut a little tenon on there, put it in a chuck, or maybe a 4-prong drive would drive it a little bit better. However, let's see if it's going to work. I only have to drill down to about there. I've actually got a little pencil line on there so I can see how deep to drill. So let's switch this on. That's fine. You might want to stop and let the shavings clear out a little bit so it doesn't clog. Maybe back off a little. Be careful if you're backing off. Remember you're on a drive there, so don't back off too much, otherwise that end will come out. You know what, to be honest, you may be better off doing it in a chuck. Just be on the safe side. There's no shavings. Just a little bit further. That should do fine. I'm going to switch the lathe off. Remember, don't just pull it out because you may pull it off the drive. And hold the piece, and we'll just bring the forcing a bit out there. There you go, see? And there we go. So just move that out of the way. So we've got a nice hole drilled right down the middle. So now we're going to put it back between centres, put the cone centre in here, put that centre back on this end in the drive, and all we have to do then is fit the ferrule and start to form the shape of the handle. So you'll see me doing that in just a minute. I've got my calipers ready. I've marked the width of the ferrule that I want to fit down there, and I'm going to get my parting tool, make a cut down here, cuts down here, and we're basically going to fit the ferrule. Now then, if you're using these calipers, one little tip, from the factory they may be sharp on the edge. Those can catch, there may be a bit of a burr. Get some abrasive and just round over and soften those edges, and it's far less likely to catch, and have them further round here than there so they don't drag them down to you, okay? Just going to try that for sizing, not quite. Take that away. I'm going to make the cut at the front. If I get it slightly wrong, and adjust it further to the back. There we go, that just dropped through. Now I'll take the rest of it down to that level. We'll stop the lathe. Just ease your revolving centre back. Up, that, and try the ferrule. Beautiful, just slips on there nicely. So, I'm just going to make a pencil mark because I don't want to leave the ferrule on and damage it, maybe risk hitting it with the tool. So leave a pencil mark on there, move that back, tighten the tailstock, loosen that, ease that up again, everything's good, tighten this. That stops the spindle sliding back. We know that's fit, so we can get out of the way. And now I've got a mark. If I just turn this around here, I've got a mark. I know where to take the curve down on the front of the tool. So basically, I'm going to use the roughing out gouge now, and just in order that this wing doesn't catch the ferrule, even though it's not there, I'll be using a spindle gouge just to finish that front end part of the tool off, and then the roughing out gouge for the rest of the shape. We're going to burn and scorch this. There's no need for sanding, although you do need a reasonable finish from the tool. As I say, it doesn't need to be sanded, but if there's any grain picked out, that will show up when we scorch it, even with the scorching. So, let's start putting some shape in. Careful on a longer length of wood, you might get a little bit of flexing in the middle as you start to get to a smaller diameter. Notice I'm working downhill, downhill. You don't want to be coming uphill like that. For my hollowing tool and the box scraper, I like a longer handle. I like to get it right into my body so my body actually supports the cut as well. That's why I'm turning this handle. It's 20 inches long, this. If you want to feel the handle, yes, stop the light, feel it. You're going to be using it. Feel if it feels the right thicknesses in certain places. I might put a double handle on this, and I'll show you the design. Nice little design. Just going to turn that off. Move the tool rest down to here. And work on this bit. Trying to shape a nice handle here, so when I'm holding the tool, I've got something for my hand to go up to there, and it just gives me that extra support. Starting to flex a little bit. Take more of a slice or a smaller cut. And a little bit more here. And I'm just going to use a parting tool to establish the back of the handle. There we go, one or two little refining cuts here. Maybe a little bit out of there, and we're good. Okay, fine. So, I'm going to show you how to scorch it now. Let me set up, and I'll see you in a minute or two.